What's going on, guys? Jason here and back to my channel, and tonight I'll be doing a review on AEW Collision. And next weekend probably have to do two videos because next weekend on Saturday will be WWE World Rumble, and then will be Collision. So I'm gonna try to do two videos and stuff, and I don't know, I'll try as not to be too tired about it, but anyways, so here we go. Let's go ahead and start the show review on it. And so yeah, here we go. So Jon Moxley versus Shane Taylor versus, this is the first match. We hear the familiar sounds. Hold on. Okay, okay. Sorry guys. Okay, we then hear the familiar sounds of Wild Thing, and come excuse me, and out comes Jon Moxley through the crowd with his usual custom ring entrance. He gets an enormous pop from St. Louis crowd as he makes his way through the fans to the ring. For our opening contest, highlights are shown of Mox's recent work at New Japan Pro Wrestling Battle in the Valley as he sells in the ring. Tony Schiavone is back on commentary after missing Dynamite and Rampage earlier this week. He is joined by Nigel McGuinness and Kevin Kelly on the call this evening. The theme for his opponent hits, and out comes Shane Taylor, the leader of Shane Taylor Promotions, head to the ring, accompanied by Lee Moriarty. The bell sounds, and we're officially off and running with this one. Mox and Taylor trade shots back and forth to kick things off. Mox beats Taylor back in the corner, but Taylor bites back and knocks Moxley flat on his ass. He he heads over and taunts him as he chokes him in the corner of the ring, and then blasts him with a thunderous chop that causes him to stumble across the ring. Taylor then hits him with another. Taylor misses a big running knee in the corner. Mox goes for a pile driver, but Taylor counters with the back body drop. The fight then spills out onto the floor at ringside, with Taylor taking it to the Blackpool Combat Club leader. Mox runs Taylor into the steps, and then Moriarty gets in his face. Mox ignores him, but Moriarty gets his attention with a huge cheap shot that decks him back in the ring. Taylor hits a side slam on Mox for a near fall attempt. Mox fights back for a minute, and Taylor cuts him off with a Saito suplex. Moxie hits one of his own and then follows up with a King Kant's lariat. The Taylor answers back with the left-handed lariat of his own, and now both guys are down. Mox gets up first and beats on Taylor with elbows to the side of the head, and then hits a running knee to the grill for a close pin attempt. Mox gets the bulldog choke, and then Taylor goes out. After the match, he gets on the mic and talks about how he's pissed off and not taking any more crap from anybody from anyone in 2024. He tells anyone who wants to fight, all they got to do is keep up. We then see footage from Samoa Joe versus Hook, main event from this week's AEW Dynamite. So yeah, Jon Moxley, won the match. Alright, the second match, Adam Copeland versus Dante Martin. From there, we return inside the arena where Adam Copeland's theme hits, and out comes the Red R Superstar for his latest open. He sells in the ring, grabs a microphone. Dante Martin's theme hits, and the Top Flight member is introduced as his opponent as he makes his way to the ring. Copeland drops the mic, the bell sounds, and we're officially rough and running with this one. After some initial back and forth, we quickly head to a mid-match commercial break. When we return, we see a ring post spot. A bit later, Martin takes over and hits a hurricanrana on Copeland on the floor off the ring apron. Martin heads back into the ring and builds up a full head of steam before driving and splashing onto Copeland on the floor. He heads to the top rope and hits a splash onto Copeland on the floor. Back in the ring, he hits another springboard splash. He goes to the well one too many times as Copeland cuts him off on the top rope. Next time he climbs up after Martin hit ends up hitting a avalanche powerbomb off the top rope on Copeland for a super close near fall attempt. Ouch. Martin goes for a springboard but gets speared on the way down by Copeland. Copeland locks in the grindhouse submission for the win. After the match, he gets on the mic for a quick interview with Tony Schiavone in the ring. He talks about how everyone should give Dante Martin credit because he deserves it. He says he's going to keep working harder and harder, just like Christian Cage said he was going to do. He vows he's going to capture the TNT Championship. So yeah, Adam Copeland won the match. So yeah, Lexi Nair interviews Brian Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli. Backstage, we see Lexi Nair standing by with Brian Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli. She brings up their match tonight against Eddie Kingston and Ortiz, how they both lost to Kingston in the Continental Classic. Danielson and Castagnoli both talk about how little they think of the Mad King. And then we head to another commercial break. So yeah, Top Flight Private Party to Running Back. When we return, we Lexi Nair standing by Dante Martin, who she applauds for his efforts against Adam Copeland. The rest of Top Flight in action. Andrade walks in, and then are confronted by Private Party. They agree to run back a rematch for next week. Thunder Rosa versus Queen Aminata. Now we return in the arena where Thunder Rosa's theme hits for the first time since August of 2022. Damn, that's a long time. The former AEW Women's Champion is heading to the ring for a singles match. She settles inside the square circle, and her entrance tune dies down. The theme for her opponent plays out, and out comes Queen Aminata. The bell sounds, and we're officially offering this one. Queen Aminata is making her Collision in ring debut this evening at Rosa as her face painted in trademark fashion, but finds on the defensive early on. After Aminata enjoys some early offensive control, we see Rosa shift the momentum in her favor when the fight spills out to the floor as Rosa regains control of the bout. We shift gears and head into a mid-match commercial break as the match continues. When we return, we see Aminata beating the piss out of Rosa with stiff kicks to the back and chest. She hits a tilting side slam that looks scary for a moment. She goes for double stomp off the rope, but then Rosa hits a drop kick and her finisher for the win. So yeah, Thunder Rosa won the match. Lexi Nair interviews Eddie Kingston and Ortiz. Now we shoot to Lexi Nair, who is standing backstage with Eddie Kingston and Ortiz. She asks for the response to the comments from Brian Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli from earlier in the night before the two teams meet later in the show. Ortiz talks about how he and Kingston being on the same page again. And when it's Kingston's turn, he's annoyed and just wants to go stretch and get his hands taped up. We head to another commercial break. Alright, the formation of the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. We head back into the arena to the super cool ring entrance of Bullet Club. Out comes the new ROH 6-man tag team champions, Jay White and the Guns, with Juice Robinson still out of the picture. They settle in the ring and do a version of The Rock's catchphrase before gloating. Yeah, that was funny. Alright, they go to rap with their DX rip-off catchphrase, and then the Acclaimed theme hits Daddy Ass, and the duo of Anthony Bowens and Max Caster come to the ring with their AEW Trios Championships and talk more about how much they could do if they all aligned with together. After some more hyping of Bullet Club Gold, Anthony Bowens finally poses the question and says eventually they got to answer to the people because everyone wants to see the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. They finish and say, "Scissor up or guns up." They all do the scissor handshake for a huge pop. Timeless Tony Storm admits knowing Diana Pratsu. We shoot to a black and white message from AEW Women's Champion Timeless Tony Storm, who is with Luther the Butler and holding Maria May's face while talking into the camera. I mean, to know uh, Diana Pratsu, she recalls being jealous of her technical prowess. Yeah, here you go. She then heads off for a pork for a pork dinner. So yeah, Buddy Matthews versus Daniel Garcia. Now we head back inside the arena where the lights go out. The theme for the House of Black hits, and out comes Buddy Matthews, accompanied by other members in the group. He sells in the ring for one-on-one action in our next match of the evening. The theme for Daniel Garcia hits, and out he comes as his friend, former fellow JAS member, Daddy Magic Matt Menard sells in on special guest commentary as always. FTR comes out and hangs at ringside because the House of Black are out there as well. From there, the bell sounds, and this one gets officially off and running after some early back and forth action. We see things spill out to the floor, where immediately FTR stops House of Black from doing anything. We head into a mid-match commercial break as the action continues. When we return from the break, Tony Schiavone will inform us of the madness that took place during the break, which we see via replays. The fight spills out to the floor again, where a big power driver excuse me, on the floor nearly ends things with a double count out. They both eventually crawl back into the ring to keep this one going. Matthews is badly selling his leg, and Garcia amps up big time as the crowd comes to life in the background. Garcia focuses his attack on the bum wheel of Matthews, wrapping it around the ring post and doing Bret Hart's old leg lock around the ring post. As he hangs down to the floor, back in the ring, Garcia continues to attack the knee. It looks like Buddy may have busted his nose at some point in the match as well. He fights out of a sharpshooter, however, and bashes Garcia face first into the ring. Matt over and over again. He hits a big death lip power spot for a close near fall. Seconds later, Garcia fights back and gets the win with a roll up. After the match, FTR, House of Black, and everyone brawl. The entire locker room empties out in the ring, and they try and break things up. While some join in on the fun, we head to another commercial break. After this, Blood and Guts 2024-1. When we return, FTR and Daniel Garcia challenge House of Black to a cage match for next week, which is next Saturday. So that's going to be at the same time as Royal Rumble starts. So, yeah, I'm going to do my best to do that one. So, yeah, the winner is Daniel Garcia. We're almost finished, guys. Alright, Roger Strong versus Matt Sydal. Back inside the arena, the theme for the Undisputed Kingdom hits, and out comes the trio of Roger Strong, Matt Taven, and Mike Bennett. Roddy will be in singles action in our next match of the evening here on this week's AEW Collision. The theme for his opponent hits next week, and out comes fellow veteran and Strong's former roommate, Matt Sydal. Sydal settles in the ring, and the bell sounds to get this one officially running. Sydal uses his speed and high-flying offense to off Strong. However, when the action spills out to the floor, Strong takes over. Strong continues to punish Sydal on the floor at ringside. We shift gears and head into a mid-match commercial break. As the action continues, when we return, we see the St. Louis hometown boy Sydal on the defensive as Strong works over his back on offense. We see Sydal fight back into the offensive lead briefly as the commentators break focus from the action to announce breaking news from Tony Khan, who has confirmed an elimination trios steel cage match between the House of Black and the team of FTR and Daniel Garcia for next week. Strong picks up the win. Seconds later, we head into another commercial break. So yeah, Roderick Strong won the match. Eddie Kingston and Ortiz versus Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli. Alright, the main event. When we return from the commercial break, we immediately hear the familiar sounds of Bryan Danielson's theme Reason out comes the American Dragon and fellow Blackpool Combat Club member Claudio Castagnoli for our tag team bout of the week's show. After the BCC duo settle in the ring, their magic dies down and the interesting for their opponents hits. The crowd goes bonkers as AEW Continental Crown Champion and Kingston and his friend and tag team partner Ortiz make their way out to the ring. They settle inside the ring and the bell sounds to get this one for running. Kingston and Danielson kick things off for their respective teams. Danielson avoids locking up with Kingston at all costs early on, leading to the Mad King playing the crowd quite a bit in a fun scene. Danielson finally does start to engage, and he blasts Kingston with some very vicious kicks and then does some jumping jacks to add insult to injury. Kingston fights back and takes over again and then tags in Ortiz. Ortiz hits the ring, but Danielson immediately takes over and tags in Castagnoli, who picks up where he left off, taking it to Ortiz. Castagnoli heads over to taunt Kingston, who flips him off while Ortiz recovers on the mat. Claudio blasts Ortiz with European uppercuts and then a vicious headbutt and some chops. Danielson joins Claudio for a double team spot, but Ortiz hits him with a double drop kick. Claudio ends up catching him from behind and ragdolling him into the corner to take back over. After this, we shift gears and head to a mid-match commercial break as our main event of the evening continues. When we return, we see Claudio controlling Ortiz on the mat in a hold as the fans try and rally behind him. We see an eager Kingston looking for the tag from the apron in the corner. Claudio stops Ortiz from calling for the tag by scooping his leg up and getting him in the giant swing. He heads over and glares at Kingston after letting him go. Danielson tags back in and goes to work on Ortiz while also taunting Kingston. Kingston finally gets the hot tag and the crowd goes absolutely insane as the Mad King starts taking out any and everything that moves. He beats Danielson and Castagnoli down as the crowd roar continues to grow. He tags Ortiz back in, and Ortiz comes close to finishing off Danielson. However, the BCC member hangs in to keep this one going. As the action continues, we see Danielson beating down Ortiz while Castagnoli holds onto Kingston on the floor and forces him to watch things end up wrapping like this, with the BCC duo picking up the win. Danielson spits in Kingston's face before leaving the ring. He talks into camera vowing to make his life miserable as the week show goes on. Blah, blah. Okay, so Bryan Danielson and Castagnoli won the match. So yeah, it was a good show and stuff. And next Saturday will be the Steel Cage with TR and House of Black and stuff. And yeah, man, it's crazy that Royal Rumble's next Saturday. Man, anyway, I'm about to record how you say it, Collision stuff. So yeah, anyways, that was it. And again, I'm about to review. I'm about to do 2 videos for that night. So which will be the Royal Rumble and Collision. So yeah, anyways, that was it for this video, and I see you guys on Monday. Well, Tuesday morning at 9, but you know, I always do it late at night. So anyways, that was it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Laters.